Today we're going to work on an IGT backlit S2000 reel. I've struggled for a long time on how to change the bulbs. I haven't found any good answers from anybody else. So finally, this is what I've come up with to replace the lamps that are in the reel. It looks easy. It looks like you would just take them out like you would when they were new. But if yours are anything like mine, with time and as they've gotten older, these tend to warp and they don't want to release the bulbs. So we're going to go about it a different way so we don't damage anything, and especially trying to get the second row of bulbs. They're very difficult to get at. So we're actually going to take the wheel off. And to get the wheel off, there's a retainer. And this is the easiest way I found to remove it, is to gently go around and pinch it several times and work it up, and it will release and still be in one piece hopefully when we're done. Alright, we're good. We're still in one chunk. And then you can put these wheels on two different directions. Only one of them will be correct, so pay attention. I'm going to line up my lights with my gold lucky clover. And without using too much force, delicate. Now we have access to the lights. The bulbs I use are a 161 bulb. Replace them all, don't be cheap, as long as you're in there. Get rid of all of them. They're tricky to get out, you can't just reach them in there with your fingers. So I use a pinball shooter tip, and I'll pinch it a little bit before I put it on, and I'll push it down the bulb. And then, this is kind of tricky, the just right amount of pressure. You want to squeeze it enough that you get a grip, but not so much that you crush the bulb, and give it a little wiggle. And don't be afraid to support the back of it, hang on to it, don't yank it too hard. And then you just repeat for all 6 bulbs. There we go. Then support the back of the socket when you push in the new bulbs. A couple other things to take note of as long as you're in here. Make sure that your wires are properly tucked behind these brackets. There's none that are worn. Also up here, sometimes this will be bent out. It'll rub on the next reel and it will wear through the wire, so keep everything nice and neatly tucked in where it belongs. And now, since we have not rotated that motor shaft, we can take the reel. You'll see there's a spot for this roll pin. Line them up. Alright, And the last thing to do is to put that retainer clip back on. If you look at it, you'll see that the teeth are actually pointed upwards. We're going to place that on top of the shaft. And then I like to use a 5/16 nut driver. You can use just a socket with maybe an extension on it to make it easier. But you go right over the top, press down, and you're done. There is your relamped IGT S2000 backlit reel.